So I was just sitting here on my lunch break and about to take my medication, and I realized that one of the medicine bottles that I left in one of the public lockers at the 15th District Court on March 5th, 2018, had this black speck mark here on the inside of the bottle. I was just kind of looking at it, from this angle, and seeing how much was in the bottle, and I know there's a black speck mark in there. So I said, well, maybe it's a piece of dust or something. So I go and I try to wipe it off, and it's stuck. Pretty good on there. And then when I go over it like this, I can feel my finger. I can feel a sensation that matches the movement of my finger across that substance right here. At the same time, this part of my head. I hate that I have to make these weird videos, because I do look much better in person than I do in these videos that I have to make at random upon apprehending harm or some type of suspicious incident. So and now I feel like a slight painful sensation in my thumb area right there. And now I just felt it here on the side of my small toe. In my boot. And now I'm feeling more of a sensation up in this part of my head. I don't understand all this, but maybe one day I will, and even if I don't, maybe it can all contribute to research somehow. I don't know, but or help someone else in the future. But I've just recently taken a test for heavy metals, so a lab, to determine if I have heavy metals in my system, in my bloodstream anyway. I don't know if that'll tell me if there's heavy metals in my tissue and bone material, but well, that's interesting. Yeah, the more it's as if the flash from my smart device here is amplifying whatever effect that this small black dot is giving off. And I'm feeling it somehow in my head, on the left side, top part of my head. So I don't know what that is. I mean, it looks like one of the heavy metals that I've looked up recently that would have been thallium, right? But it's a black mark. Um, it could be a number of things that's black. So, but it certainly affects me. But then again, so does a lot of things. It seems. I thought that was just limited to electromagnetic energies, and that may be the case, but I have to admit, it's a possibility it may not be the case. But then what would it be? So I mean, I don't know. I'm just doing the best I can here. But anyway, that should not be in there. I have no reason to believe that was in there before. Well, I mean, that was on my medicine bottle before I left it in the public locker storage in the 15th District Court building on March 5th, 2018. So now that I've just noticed it, I'll have to figure out how to include this later discovery in that report. And then let's say that this is some harmful substance. I've taken what I thought to be harmful substances in my materials, shoes or whatever, to the Ann Arbor Police Department, and I've also made them aware when they've come out to the apartment that I used to share with a roommate, Alexander Raskine, in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And consistently they tell me, they're not specialists, so they don't know if it's harmful or not, and I need a lab test or something to prove that it causes me harm, and if it is hazardous, then they don't have any way of disposing of it, and they couldn't tell me how to go about disposing of it. I mean, there has to be a legitimate way to make a report and to request an investigation for what could possibly be a harmful substance. But this is definitely affecting me all of a sudden. And I do not believe it's psychosomatic, although, that gets into cognitive sciences at a very high level of expertise. So, even still, if I'm feeling a sensation from this, is someone credentialed enough to legitimately tell me that I'm not and that I'm imagining it? Is that really possible? I guess it wouldn't be proven until the substance was tested. A win-win for everyone, right? Weird. So it just so happens that this is on my depression medicine bottle. You know what's strange? You know, when I pause like that, it's as if I experience temporary cognition fog, and it's unlike me. So I think it's important to mention that too. So I'll check my other medications and bottles and see. I'm aware that I'm speaking and making this video, but it's as if I'm experiencing two different states of mind. I'm observing myself having difficulties expressing myself about this specific circumstance. And I often experience that when I'm making these videos in particular, if that means anything. So that's two strange things that happened tonight. Earlier I was vacuuming over there, and for the second time there was a weird person in a vehicle just parked at the entrance of where I work, the entrance of the parking lot where I work. And once again I had to walk out there to chase the person off. And you know, that might not be the smartest thing to do, but the thing is, I don't understand these dynamics, and I've experienced sensations from people's headlamps before, vehicle headlamps, and so that that area over there, right in front of the door, floor platform, I guess is what I call it. It's made up mostly of metal, and then these rugs are made up of vinyl material. So I think it's possible that the positive charge from a vehicle's headlamps can travel the distance to charge other substances, in particular metal substances and or synthetic substances. And so I'm sitting here vacuuming, which is, the vacuum itself kind of creates a electromagnetic field. The running vacuum that is. And that circumstance only happens that I notice when I'm vacuuming in front of a door with windows like that. So okay, so that's it. I should get back to work.